We all have that one snack that we wish we could still get. It's probably something from the 1980s or 1990s. We did have the best snacks. But has this ever happened to you?
I have a solution to all of our problems, but you gotta let me talk, okay? Now, you guys are all completely over-leveraged, and that's the problem, right? My investment, this thing was only like $10 a unit.
And then you probably thought this would make a great investment. Don't let this happen to you.
Now, Charlie, did you take all of my money and invest it in a box full of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies?
Yes! Very good, Dennis, very good. I wasn't sure you knew what they are. Yeah, so these are like from 1991. These are the original ones.
Well, don't let this be you.
Last remaining ones there are.
No.
Nice work.
I appreciate it.
Well, instead, watch today's video. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Macabre'Gorium Labs presents a showcase of things likely forgotten. Bats here, and I hope you'll join me for today's topic as we take an awesome look at Hostess Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fruit Pies, a turtle power-up. Start off today's video, we have to go all the way back to the 1960s, where a little company named Hostess would begin to make handheld fruit pies. Hostess actually began as a Continental Baking Company's brand for their line of baked goods in 1925. However, it would officially be rebranded completely as Hostess Brands in 2009.
That's not too much about the Hostess Company in this showcase. Remember?
Yeah, I know. We're going to cover Hostess in their own topic in the future. We do that a lot. Hostess, as we all know, makes a number of amazing sweets such as Twinkies, Ding Dongs, Snowballs, Donuts, and the iconic fruit pie, just to name a few. The Hostess website describes their fruit pies as a delightfully flaky pastry on the outside with sweet fruit-flavored fillings on the inside. These fruit pies are a great way to have a taste of a whole pie, but portable enough to put in your pocket. The original 1960s version would be made using tallow, beef fat, and lard to make the crust. However, customers didn't really like animal-based fats, so in the 1970s they would remove the animal fat. Instead, they would use partially hydrogenated vegetable shortenings. This did change the texture of the pie, though, as originally it was a flaky, crispy texture and a richness in flavor. After the change, the crust would be denser and less flaky. Once the trans fat banning began in the 2000s, Hostess would have to change the recipe again to vegetable and palm oils. Unfortunately, this has made the crust a little bit waxy or oily, and they don't last on shelves as long. Of course, everything bad for you tastes so good.
Oh, doctors are always changing their mind. 1 week bacon grease is bad for you. Next week, we're not getting enough of it.
Of course, with fruit pies, it's all about the filling. The original pies used real fruit pieces, cane sugar, and simple starches. Hostess would switch this up in the 1980s to using high fructose corn syrup, less real fruit pieces, and modified food starches, artificial flavor enhancers, and chemical preservatives. This new formula would save the company money and prevent the pies from spoiling as quickly. Even with this change, people still love a good fruit pie.
Cut it out, Bobby.
Why would I put dirt in my own fruit pie?
Macabre'Gorium Labs will return after this commercial break. Do you love Hostess fruit pies? Do you love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Is it 1991? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then we have a product for you. This is the 1991 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles official Hostess fruit pie. You know and love Hostess snacks, and this one is for the ages. Green and pudding filled? What could be better? Well, cool collectible Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stickers and cards in every package, of course. Cowabunga, dudes! Get yours yesterday. Macabre'Gorium Labs is not affiliated with Hostess or the company that makes the delicious treats that they do. The only way to obtain this product would be going back to 1991 and getting it for yourself. We do not advise eating these even if you find them on sources like eBay. As seen at the beginning of this video, it could have detrimental effects on your health or behavior. Very few people actually know what will happen to you if you consume one of these 1991 treats as of 2026, as I will now demonstrate. Ugh. And now back to Macabre'Gorium Labs. On March 30th, 1990, it happened. A little movie came out called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I saw that in theaters. Awesome. Everyone around the world was freaking out with the awesomeness of the Ninja Turtles. Fans of the comic, kids, and adult kids were all flocking to the theaters to see it. Now, we're not going to talk about the history of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles here because I am a super fan and that video would go on for days because I could talk about them for hours.
Bats, you have mentioned Hostess fruit pies and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, but you're supposed to be talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pudding pies.
Yeah, well, we always cover the origins of our topics. Anyways, as Turtle Mania swept the world, there would start to be Turtle brand tie-in products flooding the marketplace. You could find Burger King VHS tapes, Keebler TMNT cookies and crackers, and Chef Boyardee pasta, and trust me when I say that is just a name, a very few. Back in 1986, among the awesome fruit pies like apple, blackberry, and cherry, Hostess released a pudding-filled pie in chocolate, vanilla, and butterscotch. However, despite their popularity, Hostess would stop making their pudding-filled pies in 1987. This is important because the 1991 fruit pies would actually have the same vanilla pudding. What could be better? Fans of the original pudding pies absolutely loved them, and fans of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles loved them too. The pies featured a flaky crust with a bright green glaze on the outside and the mutagen vanilla pudding on the inside. There was a total rad commercial showing all of the turtles together making the pies that they gave to some kids in the street. I can't believe I have to say this, but if a giant turtle offers you a pie in the street, don't eat it. That one's for our younger viewers. They note that they are fresh from the sewers to you, also adding the pies are radically sweet, another free turtle sticker inside that's neat. Not only were the pies good, they had different wrappers too, which have become highly sought after collector's items. There were 5 different wrappers. Obviously 4 of them had each different turtle, but the 5th one actually featured all of the turtles together. This one is considered extremely rare as this wrapper was actually added later in the run, therefore it has become the hardest to find. The stickers inside were like a blind box as they didn't always match the wrappers, so again, the sticker that had all of the characters together is also rare. You can find them all separate or as a set online, and it will cost you around $10 per sticker and $40 for the set. But the wrappers are a little harder to find. But that wouldn't be all, since the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze movie hit theaters on March 22nd, 1991. There were actually cards for this one as well.
Now, the 5 cards that you could collect had live action scenes from the movie, which was pretty cool.
Again, you can find these online also for around $10 a piece, but these cards are a little easier to find. These pies also had a pudding point token on each package, so much like cereals, if you collected enough points you could use them to buy better items. When you mailed these in, you could get a black Ninja Turtles t-shirt, battle signal clickers, decoder cards, and the turtle shell-shaped belt buckles. Unfortunately, the turtle pies would be discontinued that same year. This was mainly due to the fact that it was a tie-in with the movie, and it was only intended to be a limited run to begin with. What's really crazy, though, is these pies would also be the last pie that Hostess made that would have pudding in it. Even to this very day. I guess they were just too rad to keep around. Much like other topics we cover, the turtle pies have been seen in other places besides shelves. In the 1992 movie Encino Man, we can catch a glimpse of it on a store shelf, and in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Season 16, Episode 1, Charlie tries to make money by buying a box of expired Hostess Ninja Turtles pies, as seen throughout this video. Even though this was only a limited run, there are many fans of the pies, and they would love to have them again. There are even sites to sign a petition to bring them back. As of 2026, Hostess says they have no plans on doing so. They need to. What, us older kids don't get to get pudding pies? Lame. However, there are a number of recipes you can try at home to recreate the taste, but I promise you, nothing will ever beat the taste of the original 1991 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hostess pudding pie. So if you were a kid when they came out, you were extremely lucky, kind of like us. While you can't get these pies in an edible version as of 2026, we're going to put some pretty cool retro-themed Ninja Turtle stuff via Amazon down in the pinned comment and in the description of this video. We do make a small commission for every item sold, so it does help out the channel, but it's better than ads, so check that stuff out. I remember going to see both of the Ninja Turtles movies back when I was a kid. I know there's 3, but we don't talk about the third one. And it was a lot of fun, and trust me when I say, this had a lot more tie-ins than just this iconic pie. A lot. But it also wasn't the only one that had tie-ins to the other food products and stuff. More on this later. Trust me, we got some cool stuff coming. And it was actually a lot of fun, but when we got these as kids, sometimes we'd either get the same one or your friend would get one that you really wanted, and then he'd end up swindling you out of a bunch of stuff just so you can get a little sticker. That was life in the 80s. But then next week, you'd swindle them right back. It was just kind of what we did. We kind of had our own barter system going on between us and our friends. Anyway, the Ninja Turtles pies were a lot of fun. I remember them tasting like vanilla, but the green kind of psychologically made them taste different. But they were a ton of fun. But now you know what I think. I want to know what you think. So now, I've just got to ask. Did you ever get to try this iconic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles themed treat? Did you get to see any of the movies in theaters? If so, what did you think? And if not, what is your favorite childhood snack, toy, show, movie, or other memory? Did we forget anything, get something wrong, or leave something out? Do you have a suggestion for a future video, or maybe just want to drop in and say hi? Either way, feel free to head on down to the comments section, because most of the time we look forward to hearing from you. And before we wrap up, here's today's community question. What's the most dangerous toy you ever played with as a kid? Let us know down in the comments section. And with that, unfortunately, we've come to the end of another Macabre'Gorium Lab showcase of things likely forgotten. I've been your host, Bats, and I hope you had a good time today as we took a look at the iconic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Hostess Pudding Pies, a turtle power-up. Be sure to check back next time because you never know what we have in store. And as usual, think for yourselves, be excellent to each other, keep it creepy. Cowabunga, dudes. Hey, what's up? Thanks for making it to the end of the video. We got some pretty cool stuff coming, and this was just a small sample because we're trying to get the bigger projects wrapped up. We do have a Patreon, and I recommend you go over there and check it out because we got some cool stuff coming, including more blooper reels and a couple exclusives that'll air here for about 4 months before they wind up on our YouTube channel. And speaking of which, a big shout out to our patrons, Manic Goats, Corey Backus, Boss Mike, Woodstock, Viking Woman, Bill, Matt H, and Joshua R. You guys are freaking rad, dudes. We'll see you in the next one. Keep it creepy.